Sanani Tumelang Abusheni. Hello, my name is Kanyisa Mhlongo, aka Onyx. So I am 20 something years old. I reside in Yeovil. Okay, I don't know what to say, but I'm a poet. I do a lot of things that have to do with community work, and I work at Lalanje, and this is where we are hosting this session called Confident Pens, 30 Days Book Marathon. The reason why I started this special initiative has to do with growing up in the city and actually realizing that most of the schools that we go to are not really registered and they don't have the right curriculum, and normally black children are not exposed to books, to reading, to black books most importantly. Like, we don't know that we can be authors and we can actually write our own stories and we can do it perfectly.
Another important part of writing, which I just want to add, we didn't put it here, which is important for life, is this right here, right? I don't know if it's visible, but it's research. You know, you can't talk about something you don't know. That means you're lying to us. You know, like you're lying. If you talk about something you don't know, you're lying. There's no in between. There's no, I think, no, you're lying. You're lying. So when you write and tell us a story, you must research.
My Africa, my joy, my African pride. She was moved to the side when there was no light. She cried when she was extracted that night. Oh no, why did she have to live that life? Wiser than before, she stood brave into the light. 1994, she claimed what she had. Joy spread, laughter rose, the mother of 54, awaits a call. Her trauma was told until she had to let go. No matter what happens, Africa is still my home.
People who want to rule our land, but then with us reading African books, it shows us that we have to know what we are, how we do our things, our traditions, how we want to do our things, how Africa is made to be Africa, and to like inspire the generation that's coming, and the next, so we become better people.
Okay, thank you.
And natural countries filled with love. When people think of Africa, they think about poverty, people who think of war, and people who they can take advantage of. Well, let me tell you, being an African is the wonderful thing. Africa is peace, Africa is love, Africa is hope, Africa is natural. Africa is we, me, you, and us. Do you know what Africa means? Africa is beauty and Africa is black. African people are filled with creativity, hope, love, freedom, and peace. Do you know who I'm talking about? Well, I'm talking about my African pride, my Africa, my joy. Africa is our mother, father, and ancestor. Her name is Africa.
Like abantu abamnyama kumele bediscover ama potential abanawo ngoba anyeke sale sibona izinto ebalungile, like maybe for example ungene technology sina kumele sidiscover ngokwethu ukuthi singabo ba.
Sometimes writing is easy, but sometimes writing is hard. And I agree with him when he says writing is hard, because it makes you think. You need to really think. You really need to engage your mind, you know, especially when you start writing things like stories, things like poems. If some of you might write movies, you know, who knows, you might write a whole poem, you know. What we did here, it's nice, but this is not what's going to be in your story.
shrine of the continent. I don't wish for any of you to go to New York, London. I don't wish it. I wish you to go to Abuja. I wish you to go to Dakar. I wish you to go to Ouagadougou. Listen to that name, Ouagadougou. That's the place you want to go. I'm going to Ouagadougou. That's the place you go to. Not London. Like speaking London, like no.
The whole idea behind Confident Pens was to really bring young people into a space of understanding that there's lots of African books out there and that we have gone to schools, we may be educated, we may have diplomas and certificates, but very few of us have been exposed to African literature unless we chose to study it ourselves. And as Ebukosini Solutions, that's one thing we specialize in: African literature, African writings, African knowledge. So it was really incredible to come through to Confident Pens and take with us books.
Thomas
and ask young
Sankara was
people
the leader of the 1983 to 87 revolution in Burkina Faso in the West Africa. Not only spoke to the challenges of confronting women's struggle for liberation in that continent, convinced of the need for Marxist understanding of the human society, explains here origins and women's oppressions.
You have to learn, because our history, it has been erased. Some of our art, African art, is found in Italian museums. So we can't, French and Italian museums, so we can't just sit there and just let's go to Italy to see things that our ancestors made. So we have to empower ourselves by
Is it true that white people took over our tradition by using the Bible?
Ngifuna ukudrowa nje into erepresenta idala yethu ukuthi bekunjani idala kwethu. Ibhodo lelo belisebenzisa vele from emakhaya namanje lisasekhona kuma museum alana ngezinjalo. Bese lana umuntu ophakamisele iSouth Africa bengakaqedeleli. Njengoba futhi angeke ngishintshe mina ngisimlumi.
So you have to write, you have to read a bit to understand, oh, there are other books about this topic. But what is it within that maybe they haven't written about? Maybe there's an angle of being a student, being a learner, being somebody from Ponte City. Like you find your angle, okay? So research is important. That's why you also go and visit Ugogo. You sit and listen, like how was it to grow up when you were young? To find out, did they have the same problems that you are facing now? That's also research.
Look more heavenly, look life more aggressive. Better than anything else, it's the home of every race, it's the home of every man, and it's the home we can't replace. We brought the world together. We hosted the Olympics, we hosted all the colonists that fooled us with their gimmicks. But all in all, I'm proud of who I am. I'm an African, so I'm proud to take a stand.
Listen to your art. Listen to your art. The colorful vibrations from your heart. Let it manifest itself in your music, your poetry, your dance and drama, your paintings and photography, sculptures and crafts. Let it take you on journeys of mystery and discovery, imagination and fantasy, on adventures to worlds that don't exist to simple minds. Let it levitate you beyond the sky and introduce you to the stars, the moon, and the sun. Listen to your art.
Because at school, the truth is hidden from us. And then if you don't read for ourselves, we never know the truth. Because at school, what they teach us is the history of yesterday, like the 1994. And we want to know the history of before, the time during Shaka Zulu, not the history for now. But it's important to learn about ourselves. So I don't think it's racist. It's actually a good thing. It's actually an excellent thing that we learn about the history. And it's like
Also, white people, they learn about Africans. They studied Africans. They know us more than we even maybe know ourselves.
That's a social instruction by Piasso Liang Stevens. It's talking about how black people, they go through so many problems, and it's starting to seem like these problems, they actually choose to have them. They don't do anything to contribute in stopping them. Like, they're just living life. And this woman, she was saying that it was probably, she had different people whom she assumed were the colors. First of all, she said it was colonialism. 2, it was God. 3, it was black people. And she said that colonialism might have affected the mentality that black people have. So they believe that they now blame what happened in the past for what is going on right now in their lives. 2, they blame God and she's saying maybe it's God. Maybe God is enjoying this, he's enjoying how black people go through this, but she comes to the conclusion that God does not find happiness.
Sanmonani, Gamanamo Blessing. I was participating in a program called Confident Parents. We're expressing ourselves, trying to extend our writing talents and showing out our talents to the world, to our friends and to the adults. I feel this program is going to help me express myself, show off my talent to a lot of people, and boost myself, like free myself of the world. That in order to do anything, if you put your mind onto it, you can achieve it, and you have to have confidence. Like to achieve, you need confidence.
Africa is great. African conquers. Greater are people in it, children of Africa. The suffering of our ancestors for the next generation, the passion they felt for us, causing them to fight. The wise try to define us, but we are who we are. We live to conquer, to overcome. Our ancestors united to prosper and to break through, and they prospered, for they were one. We should remember what they had done. They fought for us, for the liberation of our people. They opened gates for prosperity. They stood for what was right, for a better Africa with no suffering, where everything lives in harmony. Remember what they had done, the souls they lost, and they did it for us. If only they could see what's happening today. The wise have that description of us, but do not believe their lies. They think we are bad, but we can prove them wrong. Ancestors stood tall, we should do the same. Not let the wise define us, do it for our ancestors. The liberation of our people, the dream of our ancestors, what they fought for has come true.
Which means black man's land. Therefore, there was something that happened in 457 BC. Herodotus wrote about Egyptians, the Ethiopians, and many more, talking about their broad noses, lips, hair, and their burnt skin. It also highlights the part-time of colonization, racism that took place, and took the black pride out of the black people. Hedrick Witbooi was a king of the Khoi people in Azania. He told von Frankris, the Germany army leader, that Africa belongs
young people are
to
literally asking, who am I? Feed me information, teach me something about myself. And once you've done that, I'll run with it, I'll excel within it, and I'll stand tall and proud. We have seen so much pride just in these 4 sessions of young people who stand up and declare their understanding of who they are interested in embracing the continent, understand that Africans from all corners of the world are their sisters and brothers. So more than anything, this project has given so much hope. I'm so incredibly thankful to Kanyisa Mhlongo, and I think she really inspires a lot of young people to do this. People who find it difficult to express themselves, I think, first of all, I'd like to say that being shy is a condition. I don't think anybody's born naturally shy in the sense that they really want to hide themselves. But because of things we experience in life, because the way we are not maybe affirmed and loved and cared for, some of us may for a long time feel like we should hide, we are not good enough, we are not enough, and we struggle with finding that belief in ourselves. So I would say to everyone who can relate to that, remember that you were born for a reason. There's a particular reason why you are on this planet. Even if you may not see it now, even if your daily experience is not that that's the truth, believe me when I say it. There's a particular reason why you are here. And your mission in life is to find out why. And when you feel others have not affirmed you, unfortunately, the task is for you to affirm yourself. So don't copy the voices of those who told you that you are nonsensical, you don't belong, you are not lovable. Don't copy that voices and keep playing them in your mind.